Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 121 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me are my players, whose names are...
Hello, my name is Ben, and I played the level 6 gnome wizard, Windsor Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Meow.
Hello everyone, it's me, Carla, and I play the level 6 Tiefling Roguelock, Integrity Addleberry. Ferdy, please don't go. If you leave, it'll be deadly. Just stay still here. I don't know where all the deal is going. If you leave, they'll still find you. Ferdy, please don't go, 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 go. Ferdy, please don't go. There you go. Thank you.
I don't know what song that is.
Academy
but it slaps.
Awards.
It was really good.
Whatever one is for the music section.
Yes. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 6 half-elf bard. I am a peace talk haver with ideas most unethical, like murdering and necromantic castings of the medical. Surviving and allowing her to live requires sketchy calls. I hope if we confess our sins again, this isn't our downfall.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Second award, whatever the one is for music, yes.
Who needs
We've won
$1,500 a month? Let's just do a musical episode every day.
My name is Sam, and I play the level 6 human sorceress, Sereneb Cinderman. And though I do not sing, I can guarantee that this will be quite the performance.
Ooh. And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students gathered all of their extraplanar contacts around a table to discuss the terms of Ferdinand's death. The Slad Loud demanded power to kill a death Slad as well as to become immortal. Celti wished only for Ferdinand's near-term death, and the ivory-masked woman agreed to one of Mira's suggestions. Loud, kill Ferdinand. Mira, revive Ferdinand. And then the ivory-masked woman, drag Ferdinand to hell. All in agreement, and with Ferdinand about to try some shit, Loud lunged, and a fight broke out in the loft.
And then lightning came from above as Isithil yelled, "Don't fight in my kitchen."
Whoa, what's going on here?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You all
Hold
signed
your
the
horses.
friendship bracelets.
Chill out, everybody.
Go stand in the corner.
Or I'm gonna have to send out a smite or two.
There's 4 corners in this room. There's 4 people fighting. Get in there.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, what? Uh-oh.
But we're not fighting.
I'm ready.
I just want to know.
12.
You can sit out.
Well, I don't want to fight, but I also want to
7.
do something during this.
I
so
got a
I'm gonna
10.
roll initiative.
Attention.
Got a 19.
Okay.
I'm ready for the bad rolls now. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Let me roll my large chonky die multiple times.
Ah, yes.
All right, as they say.
That's what they say in, my baby don't mess around.
Because, you know, I didn't want to say the lyrics because every time you say it, I start going off on that.
So, to begin our wonderful combat, to set the stage for people who might not be recording these back to back and don't have the context or just aren't binging this show because it's a bingeable show and I understand the fun that you can have. But for folks who'd listened to this last episode a while ago, or the players who don't perfectly remember, you were all seated around this large table. I mean, Sarah, don't make that face. It's been like weeks since we recorded.
Of course.
Yep, definitely.
Definitely weeks.
We only
you were
record
all-
once every 2 weeks. We don't know how we get it all out there.
You were all seated around a table in this hall in the Loft of Elders. You had just come to an agreement. The 4 of you students had been sitting all together. Ferdinand had been seated a few seats away from Integrity and had pleaded for Integrity to untie her. Ferdinand then untied herself when Integrity was like, "I ain't gonna stop ya." Integrity was then a rat and told everyone what happened.
I said I was not going to fight her.
The ivory-masked woman had dropped down from the branches above and is kind of standing nearer to the entrance of this room. And then on the opposite side of the table from you all students, all you students, not all, anyways, grammar is very difficult sometimes.
Grammar.
On the opposite side of the table from all of you were Loud and Celti. Loud had, when everyone had agreed, as stated in the recap, Loud had lunged across the table, claws out as if to rake them across Ferdinand's chest as she was sitting in that chair, kind of tied up. And Serenep, if I do recall, we rolled initiative so that I could know when you were going to take this action, because if I know anything, Levitate is not a reaction. It is a full action. But so anyways, the scene has been set, I hope thoroughly enough. Or if I need to say it one more time, please let me know.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that Loud just dove over the table to try to kill Ferdinand.
Yeah.
I think that is what happened.
I thought it was a reaction because Integrity had said, hey, why are you untying yourself? Which was going to be, oh, she's going to try and get away. And and I thought he reacted to that by being like, oh shit, she's going to try and get away. This is my one chance at this point.
Loud was, so to clarify, Loud had agreed to the terms that Mira set forth. Loud will kill Ferdinand. Mira will bring her back. Ivory Mask Woman can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Well, not immediately. In a few years.
Yeah, it was going to be a
Give
couple
her some
years.
time.
And so had dove over the table to kill her immediately. As Integrity was like, she's untying herself, right? That was the entire situation. That's getting cut, which is why I'm so cavalier about describing it like this. To set, that's the scene set. First in the initiative order is the one, the only Ferdinand.
Oh no.
Hey.
Oh no. I'm scared.
She's about to kill all of us.
You're all seated around this table. You see Ferdinand jump up backwards as if to like backstep almost. Not back. She doesn't backflip over the chair or anything. Or like she just.
That'd be cool though.
Why not?
She just quickly. She's not an acrobat. She quickly.
She's been
stands
tied up
up
the entire time. We don't know what her abilities
That's
are.
true.
She
I could just
backflips,
go
rips
wild with
off
it.
the skin.
She's actually a gymnast.
She like essentially ducks backwards as if to get away from this table, and she was already Integrity digging through her robes for something, like almost pulling her collar out and like looking for something that's stored in there, similar to how the water flask was in somewhere in those baggy Ava Redding robes. And you all see her pull out what looks like a bath bomb.
Oh no, she's gonna ninja escape.
And she'll look at you four, who I presume turn to look at her as she ducks away. Like, this is an exciting turn of events. I assume all eyes are on her, or Loud or somewhere. You could be preoccupied, but that's your own business. And she'll look at the four of you, and I think she'll say, "Thanks for getting me this far. Please don't hold this against me," and throw the bath bomb onto the ground. And a large puff of pink smoke, not thick enough that you can't see through it, but thick enough that it like is suspended in the air, like almost like if you were to drop a bag of flour, if that makes sense. This pink smoke fills the air. I need everyone to make wisdom saving throws.
Ooh.
Well,
That's
if
a 6 or a 9.
there's one thing about Integrity, she's very wise.
Question, is this magic?
It is magic, Ben.
Good, I get to use gnome cunning again.
I can't believe it happened twice in one arc.
What are the
That
odds
is
of
a
that?
9, unless I'm being charmed or something, in which case I have advantage.
It is not a charm.
Okay, then it's a 9, so I'm pretty sure I failed.
I got
Wisdom save.
17.
Thank God for
Oh,
gnome
God.
cunning.
Also a 9.
Cool.
9 gang!
Hey.
22.
Damn.
You.
You think you can affect me with magic? I'm
Curses.
too oblivious for that.
I will also now roll for the Ivory Masked Woman, Loud, and Celty. Dang. Okay. All right. Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay.
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 Very interesting stuff. Interesting. Okay. Fun. All right. I just get to play the game against myself. It's the funnest part. The mist hangs in the air for a few moments. Winsler and Integrity, you see a fun sight. Serenep and Mira, you both feel completely normal. Everything's okay. I need both of you to roll a d4 for me, though.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
That's a 4. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is a 4.
It's a number.
I got also a 4.
Can you re-roll in that case?
100%. God damn it!
Another
Can you
4?
re-roll again in that
Your
case?
I
Sarah, you're the one who has to re-roll.
Okay, Sarah,
Four
Sarah, can you
is the
re-roll for
luckiest
us?
number.
3.
I'm gonna keep rolling.
Okay.
Fate wants
Sarah,
Sarah enough to have a fucking 4.
Okay. I got 2.
Okay, we're gonna keep with. Okay, if you got a 2, then I will.
Whatever.
It's not a big deal.
Whatever.
Not a big deal. So.
I wasn't expecting that.
All the smoke tastes like cotton candy.
That's
Yum.
because it is cotton candy.
She just threw cotton candy at us.
Okay, so this is what happens. Winsler and Integrity, you see this happen. You see this transpire. You see this mist go up, suspended in the air. You see then the form of Ferdinand. It becomes more. Her figure becomes more slender, and you see the robes kind of fall off of her, similar to like the skin of her face just falls off like a curtain falling to the ground, and you see like a pink humanoid underneath with a very long nose, wrinkly skin.
Pink?
Like
I
bright,
thought she
bright
was
neon
green.
pink.
How dare you
and-
do this? You're gonna make me not hate Ferdinand.
And you see then the skin of Loud, the Slad, Mira Marchand, and Serenep Cinderman all get kind of swapped around with Ferdinand's skin as well. And you
Wait,
see
what?
that where once was standing Mira is now standing Loud, the Slad. Where once was standing Serenep is now Ava Redding, which is to say, Mira, you now have the appearance of Loud, the Slad.
Cool.
Oh, I get what's going on.
And Serenep, you've swapped skins
Body
with Loud,
swap
the Slad.
moment.
And Serenep, you have now swapped skins with Ferdinand, but she was wearing Ava's Redding's skin, so you can have Ava Redding's skin.
Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm Loud.
Yep.
Serenep is Ava. Ferdinand is something.
Ferdinand is Mira,
Ferdinand is Mira.
and
Who's
Loud is Serenep.
Loud is Serenep. Okay, I wanted to get that right
Yes.
in my notes.
Hell yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And the mist kind of fades. You all cough. This is something you all see. Ferdinand like looks and makes sure everything is good, and then will begin to run for that archway with the branches that was behind, like the route into Isathil's divinity. And that's
That's not
her
good.
turn,
That's not good.
wearing Mira's skin. Serenep, it's now your turn in combat. What would you like to do?
Do I see this happen as well, or am I just not aware of this happening at all?
You absolutely see it happening, yes, but I just wanted to describe it from Integrity and Winsler's point of view because it was more fun. But yeah, you absolutely see Mira become Loud the Slad. You see Ferdinand become Mira, and you see Loud become you, and I feel like you can put 2 and 2 together. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with my original idea. I'm going to cast Levitate
Okay.
on
Ferdinand?
yeah, I'm gonna cast Levitate on Ferdinand.
Okay. What does she need to do?
I believe it's a con save.
I
Sorry,
believe it
I'm
is
reading.
Constitution.
I'm reading it. Constitution saving throw.
Okay, perfect. A 19
Oh.
Fuck.
is her roll.
Am I allowed to move as well?
Yeah. So I guess, so this is what happens. Everything happens. You stand, Serenep stands up and like tries to cast this spell, just extending her hand out. It does not take hold of Ferdinand. You see her kind of like stop for a moment, and like the hair on her head, Mira's hair, almost like lifts up a bit as if there's a pull that begins, as if she's about to be in like zero gravity essentially, but then the spell does not succeed. It does not take hold. And so Serenep, she's 30 feet away from you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna run at her and like tackle her to the ground.
You
Oh my
can't
God.
tackle her because you did use your action, but you can run to her.
Oh dang it!
Yeah. You can run up to
Dang
her.
it!
Serenep
And-
plays rugby.
That's your turn. Up next is the Ivory masked woman. She'll turn. She's like standing by you all, I guess.
Hi.
She looks. She has a mask on. It's difficult to tell. She'll pull a crossbow out and say, At this point, is it okay if I just get this
Hasta
over
la
with?
vista.
If possible, maybe don't try to kill her just because that way the whole thing just gets messed up for everybody. But if you can, like, incapacitate her, maybe, or something. I want my skin back, so...
Oh, that complicates things. And then she'll shoot a crossbow bolt at Ferdinand.
Pew.
Holy shit.
Killing her
And
instantly.
super hits. Can one of you roll a d6 for me?
I can do
Just
that.
because I want to offload some of this mental effort of running so many NPCs.
I also
So
like
if she
rolling
dies,
dice.
it's your fault and not mine.
That's a 5.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So you see a arrow or a bolt shoot out of the Ivory Masked Woman's very cool looking crossbow. It has an arc of what looks like lightning to it. Like it just has this like almost static, like these little lightning bolts coming off of it magically.
My brand.
And it shoots into Ferdinand's leg. Ferdinand's leg. It like weaves between you, Serenepth, and manages to find its target. It is a paralysis arrow, or a
Ooh.
paralysis bolt. So Ferdinand will now make a Constitution saving throw. I'm playing the game against myself. It's very fun.
Yep. It's very fun.
Ferdinand succeeds against all odds, apparently.
Wow.
How exhilarating. What fun.
Ferdinand is
stuff.
all powerful. Damn.
She doesn't even have that good of Constitution. Constitution's her worst
Listen,
score.
the fight or flight response is very powerful and should not be
Adrenaline's
taken for
going.
granted.
In that case, can someone, Ben, could you roll me 4d10 to see the damage, though?
4d10.
Oh,
All right,
jeez.
let's have a look. Let us have a look. Where's my other one? There it is. So, for how much damage, or?
Yes.
15.
Okay. In that case, Ferdinand will take 15 damage. Mira, you see like the
It's
the
weird because
shin-
it's me.
yeah.
It looks like me, so it's weird. I don't like
were
it.
were you wearing like pants?
Yeah, I'm wearing red pants.
Oh, this was the moment I was waiting for. Can you all describe yourselves? What your characters look like? I was waiting all arc for this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Mira, you're wearing pants.
Yeah, she's wearing the yellow poncho still.
Yep.
Dark skin, 5'8". I'm canonizing it. Luca, she has Afro puffs this arc. It's canon. It's canon. It's
Yeah.
happening. Half elf.
Yeah.
Bright
okay.
colors. Good
You
time.
see-
Well, right
you
now
see
I'm
that-
loud, but
You see this bolt rip through your poncho and go embed itself in your leg, and quite a deal of lightning damage shoots out of it. Up next is Mira, your turn.
how far away from Fernand am I?
You're like 30 feet, I will
Okay.
say. This is not a big room, and she
Tackle,
just ran.
tackle.
You
Okay.
could run up and tackle her.
I'm gonna run up, but I'm not gonna tackle her. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like stare at her and I'm gonna be like, give it back. And I'm gonna cast suggestion.
Oh, what do I need to make?
Give
Wisdom
it back.
save.
A wisdom saving throw.
And yet Ferdinand defeats all odds.
Don't tell me.
Did she
Say
make
it.
it? Because she's been really good at these saves lately, so
I
like
know. That's a 19.
she makes
What
it.
the heck?
Damn.
Change your
I'm gonna
die.
use-
She
Yeah, I'm gonna
doesn't
use
want to
the-
fucking, like,
I'm gonna use the big
stay
chunky
here.
die. I'm gonna use the big chonky die now to make the rolls lower because this is very unfair now. So you say give it back,
I say give it back.
and she'll like put a hand. Like, did you run in front of her so you're blocking her path?
That's what I'm trying to do, yeah.
Okay, she will almost like she postures as if she's going to on her next turn obviously push you aside.
Mhm.
Right, and almost like push you into Serenep. Like this kind of like it's getting crowded over here. It's like
Yeah.
almost but she will look you dead in the eyes and will say, "You were willing to just kill me and revive me and kill me again. No, I'm not giving this back to you. I need to get out of here and save my own skin."
Well, you're not gonna die immediately.
Haha.
Oh my god.
Like you would have
Integrity.
several years to be alive.
Stress.
He's trying to kill me right now.
And I would
she
fix
points
it, it's fine.
And she points at Serenep.
Yeah.
Integrity. It's your turn.
Wait, Integrity got a 7, right?
Oh, sorry, that says Winsler, but I thought it said Integrity. 'Cause I only
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
I
How?
wrote WINS, but it looks like ING.
Wins.
And I was like, did I just write ING instead of INT? Winsler, it's your turn.
Ding.
Thank
Okay,
you for
since
paying
everybody
attention.
seems to be piling around
Yes.
Ferdinand,
Uh-huh.
how far away is she from like the weird
From like the weird door.
weird divinity door?
She could go through it next turn.
She could go through it next turn?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to block the entrance
Oh.
by teleporting in front of her.
Oh shit!
hell yeah.
Using your class feature, right?
Yes, my class feature, which just allows me to teleport.
Cool stuff, Conjuration Wizard. What's the name of it? Is there a cool name for it?
It doesn't have a name. It's just a
Give
teleport.
it a name.
Give it a name.
Um,
Just the Winsler.
The
What's it
Big
called?
Tripper.
The Big Tripper.
The Big Tripper.
Favorite constellation.
Sure, the Big Tripper. Why
Okay,
not?
Winsler, you use the Big Tripper. What does
So
it
I'm
look
just
like?
going-
Is it just like pop? It's like the glitch thing still, right? Where you just there's no sound, nothing. You just
Yep, no
automatically
sound,
show
no
up
nothing. I
at the
just
other
disappear
place.
from one place and appear in another.
Okay, that's what happens. You're right in front of her.
I am going to do my best to like
Okay,
hold
blockade.
myself against there and blockade it with my
So,
body.
Is the Big Dipper thing, is that a bonus action or a full action?
It's a full action.
Okay. Because
So
I was
I'm just going to
ask
be
if-
in front.
Okay, just a body in the way.
Like, here's another body. See if you can get
okay.
past.
So if that's the case, then she'll have to, because you and Mira are in front of her and Serenup is like trying to prevent her also. I think she's going to have to make a pretty extensive athletics check on her turn to make it through here because you guys have corralled her so thoroughly. So in that case,
teleporting's useful.
it's very
Who would've
useful
thought?
sometimes. Integrity, what would you like to do? Your
Yes.
hostage, your friend escaped.
You're hostage.
Well,
and also
hostage
stole your
friend.
friend's skins.
exactly. So, I am going to. How far away? Is
She's
she
30 feet-ish away?
still?
About,
Even though like
thereabouts?
I'm the one technically closest to her at one point.
She can be 25 feet away then.
25 feet away. I am
Let's
going
call it
to.
let's call it a cool 21, eh?
I am going to use my mage hand
Yeah.
and actually no, that's not gonna work out. I'm going to bring out like my rope, like the magic
Mhm.
rope that I have.
Yes.
That wraps around, and I'm going to try and lasso around her feet
Yeehaw.
to trip her.
Oh, a lasso. Give
I'm
me
picturing
a...
like twanging
And,
banjo
like-
music in the background.
And like my lasso
Truth.
also, the end tip of it is able to wrap on its own. So it's not like I have to
Give me
do-
a ranged attack. So that's just roll a die and add your dexterity bonus, please. As this is an improvised weapon.
That's a 21.
Holy shit.
Oh
All right.
my god.
You're trying to get her around her ankle?
Yes.
Around what? You just around her shoulders and then pull her over?
Yeah, like sort of like trip her. Because like I can't just let her, like I know that I said I won't like hurt her, but also she stole my friend's bodies. So we can't just immediately let her leave.
That's a fair point, Integrity. The lasso goes around her. I think like it would fall down over her head and like get under one of her arms almost, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So it's like partially around over the top of like one of her shoulders and like underneath her her other armpit. So
Mhm.
like it's a very good hold, I would say. And then you can, so she's grappled,
Yes.
restrained, as it were.
And I'm holding her.
Okay,
again.
and you're just hunkering
Just like
down,
how we were
holding the rope.
earlier.
Yep, back to normal. And it's Loud's turn. And I think, looking at my notebook of things that Loud can do, the most fun thing for him to do would be for him to call his fun sword over.
Yeah.
So he holds his hand out. You see Serenup hold her. You see Serenup, the person wearing Serenup's skin, hold a hand out, and almost like a weird oscillating sound coming through the sky. And then you hear the breaking of sticks and the falling of leaves as a large two-handed sword flies through the upper canopy and will try to take a swipe at Ferdinand, who is restrained and is also surrounded by people, which,
That's a
bit
terrifying image of Sereneth just holding out her hand and a sword comes barreling through the
This
roof.
is just giving me inspiration when Sereneth turns evil.
dangerous. Yeah,
When
Sereneth-
if this Thor?
When?
If.
Sadly, the visual is way cooler than the actual thing as the sword comes careening in and just smashes into the ground and almost like
Oh
embeds
my.
itself up to like halfway.
That's like a
Ferdinand's
cool
gonna get
visual, though.
away
like
because
the sword
he
just
keeps
like
sabotaging us.
into the ground.
I think the coolest way to describe it would be like Integrity lassos her and then like pulls her, and that like pull is what like moves her back out of the way as the sword
Oh my
smashes
God.
into
Whooshes
the ground.
past her face.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Like,
I love
But
that.
Winsler's
Mira,
there.
you see in slow motion like a couple strands of your hair just get lopped off as
Yes.
it like very narrowly misses, like going through your back, which would have been pretty significant damage, in my opinion. It is background to our one and only lovable witch, Ferdinand. Sorry, I should say, Celty sits at the end of the table, takes a large sip of tea, and smiles happily.
Wow.
Oh,
she
she is
sees-
just living for the chaos.
She's happy no matter what at this point. She's just vibing.
She's vibing.
That's gonna happen eventually. Might as well have some tea while I'm waiting.
So, Ferdinand will try to break out of this rope. So, Integrity, make an athletics check against Ferdinand's athletics or acrobatics, please.
I got 19.
The rope cinches tighter, and she cannot get out of it. She remains here. She looks absolutely panicked. She turns around, Integrity, and she says, "You said you wouldn't interfere with me." As she like tries to pull it, and you just grip it tighter and tighter. I imagine you're like almost like leaning back so that all of your weight is on the rope, and it's just pulling her backwards.
First of all, I said that I wouldn't fight you, and this is not me fighting you. And second of all, you stole my friends' bodies.
Sereneth Cinderman, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I see that all of my friends have basically corralled her at this point.
Correct. You're part of the corralling.
That's all done.
I think a cool thing that could happen, sorry for interrupting you. I think that when Integrity pulls really hard, like to like keep Ferdinand in place so that she can't pull the lasso off of herself, that two of those fun pink bath bomb looking things tumble out of her robe
Ooh.
and onto the ground. Anyways, Sereneth, it is your turn. You're standing right next to this. You're standing right next to Ferdinand. What would you like to do?
Okay, I think what Sereneth is going to do
Mm-hmm.
is she is going to grab the front of Ferdinand's clothes and she's going to get on the table. And she's going to be like holding the front of Ferdinand's clothes.
Yeah.
And when she gets up there, she's going to yell, "Everyone stop right now!"
Make an athletics check. Well, she's restrained. So yeah, this just happens. You just grab her by the front of her clothes.
Okay.
She is shockingly light, Sereneth. Like
Okay.
ridiculously
I drag her.
light.
Okay, so I drag her onto the table. I yell for everyone to stop,
Yep.
and then I'm going to say, "Not here, outside."
Loud will look at you and say, "Well, let's go then." And we'll
Yeah,
walk over to
Sereneth.
grab his sword.
Yeah, Sereneth's gonna keep her hold on the front and start dragging her to the main area.
Okay. Integrity. your
Dragging.
lasso is still attached. Are all of you fine with this happening?
I'm gonna like go with. Actually, I'm gonna say like, hang on. I want to talk to Ferdinand for a sec, if that's okay. Like, just
Okay.
like step aside for a sec. Is that all right with people?
I'm going to look to Integrity to see if she is still holding the rope. Like, if she's still, like, secure and holding Ferdinand in
Mhm.
place if she lets go.
Well, yes. Yeah. I think that talking is fine.
Okay. I want to like just like take a couple steps aside. Like, I'm sure people are still here, but it's just like a
Yeah.
slight aside, and I'm gonna be like,
Loud looks at you all furiously
Yeah.
because hurry up.
Yeah.
I think he'll actually just say, hurry up.
"Yep, just one moment." Okay, Ferdinand, I know this sucks. This is a very bad situation, but like, I really want you to understand here that this is probably the best possible outcome that anyone can reach. personally, I have had the situation of like technically dying for a sec and being brought back with like the stuff in a city called Nebulosis. It's not great. It's not fun, but we're going to deal with it. We are going to fix it. I want you to have time to live your life and do things and make peace with death. What's going to happen if you run right now is they're going to chase you down. They're going to kill you, and you're not going to have the time you need. You're not going to have that kind of closure. So please, can you please just put everyone back? I know this sucks, but can we just do this, please?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Where did my... Ah, that's fine. I have another one.
This
Oh
is
no.
pretty important.
13 plus...
Okay.
Oh, that's a 7. That is a non-natural 20.
Okay. So Serenap is holding her up. Integrity has her roped up still, so she's like doubly restrained. Winsler, you're just here.
I'm just like barricading in front of the door, still like
Winsler's winsling.
like a goalkeeper.
yeah.
She looks like she deflates, and she'll look up at you. In your eyes, Amira, you can see her crying badly, and I think that she wouldn't really say anything. She just looks resigned to her fate, and she would start to pull at the like collar of the like poncho and stuff, and like with her one free hand, and like pull it up and away, and it almost rips away very easily. And it's probably very alarming to see your own skin tear, almost
Yeah.
like latex just like ripping. But she'll pull that off. You see a pink, very tall and like wispy thin, like blown away in the wind, kind of very like tall and thin kind of build woman. She has
I'm picturing like
long,
a Leica Animation Studios like doll.
Yeah,
Mm.
she has an incredibly long nose. It's covered in different warts and such things. Her hair is like frizzy and unkept, and she'll just hold your skin out for you, Mira.
I don't really know what taking it does, but I am gonna take it.
You're
Whatever
Holding-
that means.
yeah,
Like,
you're holding in your own hands your skin.
how do I put it on? That's so weird. How does this work? How do I
This is
become me
so
again?
creepy.
It's like a deflated balloon of Mira.
Ugh.
Weird. And she'll just say, she'll like look at Serenap and say, "Let's go."
How do I can I put it on? Is there something like
Do you want to put
how
it on?
how does that work?
I mean, you're
don't-
still loud.
Yeah,
So
I
you
want
look
to
down
not be
at
loud.
these huge clawed hands.
Yeah.
holding a
How does
Mira
this
skin.
work? How do I
Tell me what you want to do.
I want to be Mira again. But I don't know how that works. Just holding this like latex suit basically.
Well,
Yeah.
like the things fell on the ground, so
Oh, is like the bath bomb still somewhere or like
There's still the two
Yeah,
on
there's
the
two of them on
ground
the
over there.
ground.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna like pick it up and like try to like put it down, like do something. Like I'll be like, how does this work?
Like Pokemon.
yeah.
Interesting.
Like how do we switch everybody back?
Do you want to ask her?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know
Oh
why
my
I
God.
assumed you weren't gonna ask her. I was like, wait, why are you just asking me? Instead of just realizing like, oh, you're probably just asking in character. We're not in combat right now. And by the way, in case anyone's
Yeah.
curious, that's dropped. She'll just, what's the play here? Yeah, if you were to ask her, if you ask like what she hands you this latex skin suit essentially, you say, what do I do with this? What do I do? And she'll say, just pull the one you're wearing off now and pull that one on over.
Okay, I guess I'll just do that then. I'll
ew.
just kind of tug at
I'm
my
going
like
to see-
loud
Oh my
gray frog
gosh.
skin.
Mm-hmm.
Does
You
that do
feel
it?
the skin, you feel yourself, like it's almost like you're pinching yourself really hard, and then it will just tear far too easily, right? And it will fall to the ground in a crumpled heap of skin. And it's not like you, Mira, were like had a true form underneath all that. It's not like you were wearing a skin on top of Mira.
You're a
Like,
skeleton.
I'm just a skeleton.
your Mira skin got taken and replaced, right? So it's not like you have something like a base model essentially, right? So I think what you all see is like essentially a specter, right? Like a misty
My soul.
light blue Mira,
Ugh.
similar to what Williard looks like.
Oh my gosh, this is cool.
And you can.
I'm just staring at Mira.
So
Yeah.
you're telling me that Williard lost his skin.
That's what
Death is just
Faramel
gonna
did.
find
losing
that.
his skin. And you can slip back into the good old Mira skin.
Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of toss the like loud latex back to loud.
Yeah. He will rip off the Serenup's skin and just leave it hanging on the floor, and step back into himself. And Mira, you can pull your skin back over, and it's like, I don't want to speak for you, but an important thing that I don't think we talked about was, one, your arms, or I guess one arm, and two, the other arm. You kind of glossed over that.
Right.
So the skin doesn't have that. Would it have? I think it would have, because your prosthetic technically counts as like a wearable thing. So it would have that. So when you pull it back on, that's fine. But I think notably is that the left arm is, gone below the elbow. Just a clean, nice thing.
Not
And-
this shit again.
But your soul, your spirit, you do have all of your limbs still.
So do I have a spectral arm with the snake?
You have on the left hand.
Yeah.
When you pull the skin back over, it is okay. Let me process for a second instead of just speaking. In your spectral form, your right arm is fully intact,
Okay.
right? The one that was bitten off by Nesca.
Okay.
Also in your spectral form, your left arm, from the elbow down, is inky black,
Okay.
like just a void of darkness.
Okay.
When you pull your skin back over, the skin which is missing that left arm, it goes back to looking like your regular arm and having that spiral tattoo upon it.
Okay. So I'm
Okay.
good.
You're clear.
I'm
For the
good.
most part.
Okay.
But I think it is a weird experience to
Okay.
feel this millimeters thin substance. Like you feel it like almost contour to yourself. And like you feel like the muscle underneath your flesh. But I think there might be an uncertainty at this point because it just so easily tore off.
Like that's a
Right.
weird feeling.
Yeah. And on your neck now, there's a cool scar from where your skin did rip.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Serenup, your skin is sitting on the ground, but you can deal with that after the Ferdinand situation. You still look like cool Ava Redding. Loud will re-enter into his own skin. What are you all doing now?
Watching
think
people
that
put their
seeing-
skin
I don't
on
know.
again.
I feel like seeing Ava, not Ava, like seeing Ferdinand, but like me, I feel like even though I don't like her, that sort of like gave me a particular empathy just because like seeing yourself be
Seeing
like
yourself
scared and sad.
cry and be scared
Yeah.
of death.
It's
Yeah.
very much like, okay. So I think that what I am going to do is I'll just be like, it's going to be all right. I will bring you back. I will help you. I'll hold your hand. Okay.
Okay.
Serenep just, she's just so angry right now. She lets
Yep.
go of Ferdinand, but she kind of like pushes her when she does it.
Yes,
And she turns around and stomps over to her skin and does the whole peel process.
absolutely. Very similar thing, Serenup. You aren't missing any limbs, but you now have a very interesting scar. Not only, like, you have a lot of scars, I think, at this point.
Oh, yeah.
But around your neck, it was almost like a very haphazard, like, loud, like, almost like he was pulling off a mask a la Mission Impossible. And so, like, around the base of your neck is just a scar almost completely the way around, and leading up, like, the back of your neck is now a scar, as if you were.
I mean,
like,
the hair kind of hides that amount
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, but around, like, the base of your neck, and, like, your shoulders and stuff, there are rips that have been mended. It's, again, a weird feeling to be nothing, to just be spectral in that moment is a very strange feeling, I think. I don't mean to speak for you, but I think it would be pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
The real
I
question
imagine
is,
this is kind of like you're dissociating and then you come back to yourself, but you feel weird afterwards.
What was your question, Carl?
how is the head plant Is the head plant fine the entire time?
The head plant is fine the entire time. Head
Okay.
plant seems chill.
Perfect.
Good. That's
Hell
the
yeah.
important
Plan
question
for
here.
life.
This is the only innocent actor in all of this.
Okay, Ferdinand takes a few steps. Integrity, you're going to also push her along. Loud seems to walk along. He's dragging his sword. You can see it's gouging deeply into the ground. He seems of the mind that this is happening right now, to be very clear.
Yeah, it
By
seems
the
that
way.
way.
I don't think like I will really be pushing pushing Ferdinand. In my mind, I do have like a little bit of empathy towards
Mhm.
her. I think I've Integrity's feeling that this is one of the at least in the people that will potentially be dying very soon, someone that we've interacted for a long time, so she obviously feels very bad for Ferdinand, so I don't think that she will try to inflict any further like pain or anything that will make her feel other. So it's not like I'll be pushing her and be like, you're a prisoner, you're gonna die, sort of thing.
Okay.
Like I will be gentle, and I just literally held her because she had my friends' bodies. That's why
Okay.
I stopped her.
All right. Barring you pushing her along, then, I think Loud would walk alongside you and grab her by the arm and very much, like very forcefully pull her towards that elevator. The rest of you, Salty's sitting there sipping tea. She looks delighted. She doesn't seem to be getting up either. The Ivory masked woman is standing deadly still. She has not moved since she fired that crossbow bolt. You don't see her moving at all. She's just standing there still, like crossbow held up, etc.
Like in like an intimidating way, or as in like, I cannot move, help me, please.
In a way that it looks like she just fired her crossbow and then has not moved whatsoever. An
She's like
inch.
standing at attention.
No, as in she's not moving.
Oh, like she's
Period.
physically not moving.
Yes,
Oh.
like statuesque.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Did you get electrified?
It is a paralysis crossbow.
Well, like, I mean, like, there was the whole thing about, like, like, don't harm people inside of here, and she's harmed someone.
True.
So
hmm
this is
So
probably
we didn't
what
mention
it
that to
meant.
her.
She was listening.
She was aware. She was listening. Yes,
Okay.
she knew that was the case.
She knew the risk.
She knew the risk. She took her shot. You can investigate
her
that
shot, now she's
further,
frozen.
or you could go with Loud and Ferdinand if you wanted. Either way, or you could do your own thing.
I think Serenap's gonna stay up here.
Do we all even fit into this elevator?
Yeah, you
Like-
could all fit on it if you wanted to go. It's fairly large.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna be there for Ferdinand.
I think Serenap has kind of reached the point of get this person out of my face.
Yeah.
She's going to stay up here in the loft, and when she notices the Ivory Mask woman is not moving, I think she's going to kind of go over, and since Celty's right there and she seems to have some knowledge, she's going to ask her about it since Semelai has kind of locked himself away for her right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winsler Mira, what are you doing?
I'm going with Ferdinand. I said I was going to stay by her
Okay,
side.
perfect.
I meant it. Truth spell.
And Winsler?
Winsler is a sad boy right now.
Oh.
Does not like what's going on. So I think he's just going to go take a seat next to Celty
Okay.
and have some the tea that nobody really drank.
Oh.
Grandma, what is
It-
death?
Grandma, what is death?
All right.
None of my grandkids visit me. Yeah, I wonder why.
Winsler and Serenap, you see your two friends leave the room with Loud, a toad, a slad, a gray slad, carrying or dragging in one arm a immense sword. It's gouging the wood of the floor as he walks. With his other hand, he's like pushing Ferdinand along towards that elevator. You two see the four of them begin to descend in silence. Maybe not in silence. I think you might hear some like pathetic, and I don't mean pathetic in the sense of like looking down upon someone, just in the fact of it like literally at someone's lowest point. But some pathetic, almost whimpers coming from Ferdinand as she like tries to very quietly cry. Winsler, you go sit down, quite sad, next to Celty. You take a sip of the tea. It's bitter, but passable. has a pungent aroma to it.
Bitter
quite
like this
honestly.
whole scenario.
Yes. Leaves a bad taste in the mouth.
Bleh.
Did you want to take a scone as well?
Sure.
They're dry. Quite
The
dry.
crumb's not perfect.
Dry and bitter.
Crumb looks perfect, but alas.
This was the torture Salty wanted.
Serenep, you...
You have to eat my cookies!
Serenep, as you investigate the ivory masked woman, Celtia would kind of turn to you, Winsler, and from around her neck, she like lifts up the teeniest, tiniest little flask, like a little tiny potion flask that almost looks like it has like a milliliter of fluid in it, of like this dark red fluid. It almost looks like blood, and it's on a necklace, and she'll pull it off and hand it out to you, and will say, I won't be needing this anymore since we came to a wonderful agreement, but feel free to take this.
What is it?
If you get someone to drink it, just pour it in their tea or something, then it'll polymorph them into something else permanently.
Okay. Were you planning on putting that in the tea?
Oh, I was planning on turning her into a toad, yes. And then
Ah,
extracting all the magic I could, and then killing her when I was tired of it.
frog magic.
But feel free to hold on to it as a thank you for a job well done, as I will be getting my magic shortly.
So, is the skin thing normal or
the skin-
common?
That's a blood magic thing.
Okay, because that was kind of weird.
Yes. In my younger years, I played around with such things, but it doesn't suit me, personally. I like staying in one place, and I don't really have a need to be taking people's skins every now and again. I used to have a closet full, but I got rid of those.
I guess everybody's got a few skeletons in their closet at some point.
There's just a bunch of skins underwater. Like
Serenep, what did you want to ask about the ivory masked woman? You walk over to her and give me an investigation check as you look at her, I think.
100%, yes.
I would cry if Serenif was just inspecting and the ivory masked woman just like her head slowly
moves,
turns
like,
to look.
What do you want?
Just stares at me and I'm like, I'm just checking to see if you're good. Jeez.
Jesus.
I didn't have to check and you like you or anything. Natural 20.
Okay. You see the bumpiness, the exfoliated texture of bark beginning to form on her skin, and actually touching her. It almost feels like she has become part of the floor. Like her feet look like they have been fused with the wooden floor. Her skin seems to have turned to bark. Her eyes have a woody texture to them, and she stands immobilized and petrified in wood instead of stone, I think.
She's going to
desecrated this holy place.
Yeah, she's gonna look over to Salty and she's gonna say, Is this a permanent thing, do you know, or is it?
I would hope so, or else that would be pretty bad news between like the gods and all of that. If she got out of here and went back and tattled on Isithil, deities fighting and all that jazz.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's one less person that you owe things to, though. Now it's just between now it's just between us, We don't have to worry about pesky interplanar bounty hunters.
Wait, what's between us?
Oh, the death of Ferdinand.
Ah. Okay, I'm gonna go for a walk, I don't know. She walks away.
And the elevator reaches the bottom of this great tree. Loud pushes Ferdinand forward out of the bottom of the Loft of Elders and pushes her into the snow. Like, she falls over into the snow. Integrity, Mira, what are you doing? Where are you standing?
I think I'm standing by Ferdinand.
Okay. Integrity?
I'm just gonna be around, in proximity, probably 10 feet away.
Do you want to say anything to her?
I will just be here and I'll be supporting you.
Mira?
I think that I'm just going to quickly ask her, like, what do you need right now?
I think she's like kneeling down in the snow, like hands propping herself up almost. Like hair fallen forwards, covering her face, almost sticking to her face in the cold and with the tears and everything. And she'll look at you very quickly and say, if you have any last minute way out of this at all.
Oof.
I think that I'm just going to, like, crouch down beside her and, like, hold her hand.
Okay. Loud seems to be a bit like almost grandstanding. He's making it a bit of an event out of it. Is taking his time. He walks forward as if to like get the he like raises his hand and will say, "My people, attention." And all the grung shivering and freezing out here almost turn. They have a couple more fires now, and everyone is crowded around them in an attempt to stay warm. The snow, by the way, is probably like 3 or 4 feet deep. Like it's pretty substantial. And they all watch on as in the early light here in the plain of Isithil, the sky a palish gray, and the trees around this still combination of white and black as the elders have not yet returned. The grung watch on as Loud the Slad walks over to stand looking at Ferdinand. He smiles a great smile. He will look at you, Mira, and will say, "So you will give me the things we agreed to?" Right.
We can do that. Once
A
we go back
deal?
to the school, we can get those for you.
And will I meet you there? Will you bring them to me? How will that work?
We'll set a date, maybe next Sunday. Come to Wildcliff however you can and meet me in the sewers, and I can get you everything.
He looks at you, Integrity, almost as if you are a witness to this event, just to make sure that you're processing it all and listening. Do you give him any feedback on the fact that you are?
I'm gonna like open my cloak, take out a bark, and shake it around and be like, "Yeah."
No
I
one
guess
signed
it's
the
like-
bark. I just realized. Someone has to sign that.
Oh my
please.
god.
It's a verbal agreement, in the eyes of a god. Loud will smile. This wide slad mouth, these small fangs making a sick smile at you all, a face of victory, I think. And he will swing his sword down at Ferdinand, and I think we would see the sword be swung. The snow is stained a red, and Ferdinand's head will roll slightly.
Oh, damn.
And Loud will walk back to his grung.
Okay. Damn.
Oh, fuck.
Now, let's zoom out a second, unless there was any urgent matters that you wanted to attend to very quickly.
Well, I'm gonna get my diamonds around and I'm gonna do the thing, but if we're zooming out for a sec.
You're going to cast your spell?
Yes, I'm gonna cast my spell.
The spell being Revivify, correct?
Yes.
Could you read Revivify to
Yeah,
me?
of
Oh
course.
no! I knew.
It might not work, but I'm still
It-
gonna try and cast it. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
You touch a creature. You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. That creature returns to life with 1 hit point. The spell can't return to life a creature that has died of old age, nor can it restore any missing body parts. Good thing she switches people's skins, hey?
Oh boy.
So you're going to try to revivify.
I'm gonna try to revivify her, yes. I'm keeping my promise.
Integrity. You see
Yes.
a gruesome scene, I think, to say the least.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Integrity's
As
crying at this point.
Ferdinand, this magic washes over Ferdinand. Do you tell me what that looks like for you, Mira? How do you cast Revivify as a bard in this moment?
Okay. I think that for me, I think it's like almost a tune. You know, like in hospital dramas when you hear like the sound of like the monitor with like the flat line and then sort of like the heartbeat starts up. I think it's a tune very, very similar to that, with like these very rhythmic strums that are supposed to sound like the beat of a heart. And I think that I'm like chanting things very sort of softly like to this tune. I think that like it gets louder and louder until like it sort of very much kind of evokes the sound of like da 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 da.
Yeah. The beating of a heart. You see her body shudder. You see the eyes on her head. They had closed and rolled away. You see her eyes open slightly, a bit more than they had been. You see her head gasp for air that she cannot get, and her body twitch a little bit, and she'll die once more as you cannot reattach her body to her head.
Fuck.
Whoops.
Okay.
And so now, unless there were other incredibly urgent matters,
I don't know if this counts as urgent, but I want to check on Semilai if possible, because we have just like destroyed parts of this tree at this point,
it's
and
true. The wooden wall that blocks off Semilai's study, Sereneth, it remains in place. That same texture as what now makes up the ivory masked woman.
So she sees it. I guess she sees it's closed, and then she remembers talking to her earlier about like prayer and such. Something she's not really familiar with, but she's going to like sit down on the floor and just kind of like start trying to. I don't know. Like she tries to talk aloud to Semilai through the door, just to say that she does it a lot, but she's saying that she's sorry that they brought this to a peaceful place where life is in creation are at a forefront, but they've tainted this. She says that she got the people to leave, but she can't excuse what has happened. And I'm guessing she doesn't hear a reply from that, but then she kind of prays, I guess, to Isithil, and she kind of says the same thing.
Yeah. And
she just I guess after she's done, she kind of lays down on the ground just to like kind of try to absorb what happened.
And Winsler, after a time which I think Celti very easily notices, she puts the cup down and kind of like looks at the back of her hand and in the palm of her hand, and will say to you, "Well, it's done, so I'll be headed home. Did the four of you need a way out, or can you manage?"
Maybe it would be not a bad idea to maybe get a ride, if possible. I mean, if you're offering.
Absolutely. You still followed through on your end of the deal, even if it wasn't in a timely manner. But that's of little consequence to me. The little details don't matter that much in the grand scheme of things. And so, if you're all okay with it, to come back up into the loft, down this stairwell into that dark room, and into Celti's home.
Okay.
You see her close the door. I think there's a very big gap between the moods here. Celti is humming to herself, seems jubilant. It's a good day, right? Almost effervescent in her mood, right? Whereas the rest of you are a lot more grim. And she locks the door, and you feel the house sink beneath you. You see water wash over the windows, almost as if the entire house has gone completely underwater, in a sea that there was not here. Just looking outside, you see the aquamarine blue water that you know to be Isithil's water. And then very rapidly, you feel the house coming up again like a bobber on the end of a fishing rod, and the top of the house hits a ceiling somewhere and bends. And outside, as the water washes away, you see you're now in the Wild Cliff swimming pool, the water glowing an aquamarine. Celty will open the door for you all to exit easily onto the pool deck, and she will say, I look forward to the next time the four of you visit. You could do such great work. And she will slam the door, and the house sinks back down. And that's where we're going to end this very happy arc.
Wait, we don't find out about Artis?
No.
We don't find out how Artis is doing?
Oh
No,
my
bitch.
god, that's just a kick in the.
Whole time I was
That's
like,
just
well,
another
at least
kick in
we're
the
gonna find
gut.
out about
Oh
Artis.
my god.
That's for next
Oh
time,
my
y'all.
god.
It could
Yikes.
be anything, please.
Ben, could you give us an outro, please, and thank you,
Sure, I can give you an outro.
to this
Thank you all-
wonderful arc.
Thank you all for listening to this very depressing episode of Trials and Trebuchets. We hope you enjoyed it as much as you could have. If you did, please leave a review and a rating on our iTunes. It'll really help us out a lot. You can also check out our social media pages at Trials and Trebs for Instagram and Twitter. We post a lot of cool things there, such as art, and we also have upcoming previews for
Yes.
episodes
And
on
if
there
you
as
make
well.
art, make sure to tag us in it on either one of those social medias so we can see it and share it and cry about it.
Yeah,
The way you
can
cried about this
also-
episode.
Yeah.
Are we gonna pick her up from hell?
That'd be cool.
You can also find a link to our Discord server there as well. You can join that and meet with a bunch of cool people who are fans of the show.
Yeah.
And just be a part of a really cool community. And if you're feeling extra generous, if at all, we do have a Patreon page as well, where you can become a patron to a variety of tiers that we have available. And it just helps support us through the production of the podcast, because we love the podcast and we want it to keep going.
Yeah.
So it just helps us with supplying upgraded equipment and keeping things running.
And buying people groceries, because you can't make a podcast if you can't live.
If you're dead.
I'm kind of adding this note onto it after the discussion.
Important, though. It's the truth.
It is the truth.
It's the truth.
I hope you all tune in for the next episode when we start a new arc, and everyone will be level 7.
Really?
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait,
No
how
kidding?
many
Level up for that?
I don't believe you.
We
I don't
should
believe you.
jump all the way
That
to
was a
level
victory
8.
for us?
I don't believe you.
Killing a snake? No. Getting someone killed, executed in front of a holy tree? Win.
Ugh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.